And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
All right, partner, a brand new season. With it comes a sense of unbridled optimism for every team and, of course, every quarterback. It's a blank slate for every passer in this league, and he really couldn't hide his excitement during interviews this week. He thinks this offense is stacked. They've spent the entire offseason making adjustments and trying to find another year. And as this season begins, they believe they've found it. You watch him warm up, everything is crisp, moving with great speed. This is an offense that can't wait to get to the first series of the new year.
In motion to tight end. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. It's caught. Smith. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Tua getting it quickly out to Waddle. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And it's second down. From midfield, here's Tua. To the sideline and incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. He had him there open, but he missed it, and it's incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. There, this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they will be led out by their signal caller in his 2nd year in the NFL now.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
Here's Carter, operating from the gun. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. Pulled in at the 24. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. Boy, fingers crossed here. First quarter of a new season, already an injury. And while they attend to him, we'll step aside. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Tua going to throw. This one thrown underneath to Achane. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. On the ground, this is Devon Achane. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll will take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Eligible receiver downfield. Offense.
A costly penalty there. A lineman got downfield, and for the moment, that cost him 6 points. On play action, here's Tua. A throw right side here going to be incomplete. So they'll come up after the incompletion for a second down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Short throw to Smith. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Now Tua. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that one too wide and incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now for getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyreek Hill with career touchdown number 96. He joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list. And the Dolphins are on the board first here in Vegas. A nice connection there, finding his target, and that'll put 6 up on the board.
Just like they drew it up in their playbook and reiterated it on the sidelines, right? Perfect route, a good throw, and the defense, they had no answer for that right there.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They were forced to punt on their initial drive of the new season. Now they're ready to go as they begin again with a 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 9.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Being chased out left. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time, and it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Here's Achane to start the drive. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. And he'll send the tight end in motion here.
Delayed game, Austin.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Still 2nd down.
From the gun, it's Tua. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Parker guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'm giving credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 26.
They'll run with a big back. A.J. Dillon slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Carter from the gun on 3rd down. Pressure comes, and down he goes. That's the NFL vet Calais Campbell coming in and dragging him down.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Now Hill to return it. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on a 6-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, it was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. work now on 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Off the play fake. Carter. Short throw caught by Bowers.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him up to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
First and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That's complete into the hands of Myers. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here. From the 33, here's a 2nd and 4. As they've got it as we resume action. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll look to throw again. Short throw caught by Bowers. Will go down as a gain of 6, and it will bring up 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 44-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. Dolphins offense returning to the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of 1st downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 1st downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's going to be caught by Waddle. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th.
And sometimes it doesn't matter how big and strong and powerful you are. The defense is going to win an occasional battle, and they did on that one. Stopped him well short of picking up a 1st down.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fielded at the 43. That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. Here's Las Vegas ready to take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throw out wide is incomplete. The offense on third down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. Back to throw. Carter. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Certainly not a positive sign if you're the D coordinator and you see your guys give up that space so early in the game. Third down, that's when the clamps are supposed to come out, but his ability to create things with his legs makes things difficult.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Looking to throw. Carter. Quick hitter here. It's complete. So that'll be no better than an incompletion. And that will bring up 3rd and 1.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. They end up getting stumped twice after that 9-yard gain back on first down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
A 38-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Dolphins about set to go to work on offense. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs. Because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down movement. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Out of the gun on third down, here's Tua. That is caught. Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Play action. Now it's Tua. Tua hit, and the ball is out. And the Raiders pick it up. And he returns it into enemy territory down the 45-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach learns to turn up the heat, turns it up there, pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And a Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Jalen Phillips, the former first-rounder, getting in there for the sack. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week one. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. And that is no good. And that will keep this a 4-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
The Dolphins offense now ready to go back out onto the field. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, trying to atone for it here on this drive. Now 2nd and 5. Hill going to go in motion right. He'll get it here on the jet sweep. On this one, they may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 3rd down and 6. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Flushed out right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half. And if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so they can throw the football.
Here's Jake Bailey now. And a fair catch called for and made just outside the 15-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 43 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3 our score. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth.
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Buying time to his left. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 24-yard line. A solid gain of 15 yards and the sticks move.
And now at this point in the first half, you've got to realize as an offense, you're not going to get it all back in one fell swoop. This is going to be about sustained drives and making sure you finish with points. And that's a good throw there for a 1st down.
That's caught by Tucker. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's Bowers. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime. Going back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. He's going to launch it for Washington. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. So we've reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Dolphins taking a lead to the locker room. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, where it was the visiting Falcons who were able to come away with the victory. Darnell Mooney leading the way with 3 touchdown catches. From there, we slide over to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Kyler Murray, a touchdown pass in the victory. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. And they were winners in that ball game as they beat the visiting Washington Commanders. Justin Fields, 2 touchdown passes as his guys are able to get the victory in their season opener. This one's been all you could hope for as an NFL fan. Just a 1-point game here at halftime. This has been as much fun as you could hope for with both these teams in it to win it.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Off play action. Carter. And a catch made by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Eligible receiver downfield. Awesome.
And those linemen, of course, can't be more than a yard downfield when a pass is thrown, and they might have been able to call that on a couple of guys there. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll get the tight end Bowers involved there. He'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. Back to throw. Carter. Short throw caught by Bowers. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to make it 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. Looking to pass. Tua. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. They'll let this go deep for Waddle. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. Right to the right sideline. And it falls incomplete.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Back to throw is Carter. Throwing to start the drive. That's caught by Tucker.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
On 2nd down, they'll try and run the counter. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. It was the same case on that play. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling.
And that's why he spent a 1st-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Carter. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's going to have the Raiders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Looked like the screen pass was taken away there, but what a nice job improvising, finding other options, and completing the pass anyway.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now they try the right side here. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
2nd and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Now they'll run on the draw. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. Third down now. Those last two plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. The crowd maybe losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
Right back to Achane on 2nd down. And this has been a recurring theme tonight for sure. Nowhere to run. Back to the line of scrimmage, that's all. The Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Two are going to throw. Throw caught by Achane. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. Now a timeout here, an injured player, and that's Jalen Waddle, who seems to be in some discomfort. We'll take a break and get a report from Vegas after this. The Dolphins will send out the punter now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And a fair catch is taken here, a step or two inside the 45-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. Myers in motion right. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
Here's 2nd and 8. The Dolphins get there this time, and they bring him down. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Carter. Short throw caught by Bowers.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. That's Crosby blowing up the play and getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On play action, Here's Tua. That's to the sideline and incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Now Tua. He's got a man, complete. He's to the 15, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his second touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Now Nardison for the PAT. And it's up. It's good. Our score, 14-6. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it ends with a touchdown pass to Tyreek Hill. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Well, a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Raiders offense now, they trot back out, and they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
On second down, they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 62 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. He's making quite a splash here in his NFL debut.
Well, he was advertised as being NFL ready, and both you and I tend to arch an eyebrow a little bit when we first hear that, but I think that they were right about this one.
1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They run a draw here on second down. And he'll get this down close to a first down at about the Dolphins' 39. Call it an 8-yard gain. Much better shape now on third and just a yard. They'll try and run for the first with Dillon. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jacoby Myers, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th. So part 1 of what they needed is done. They get in the end zone. Now you have to imagine we'll see a try for 2.
And that's what the book says, but defensively, they can't hang their head right here. They've still got a chance to come out with the lead if they make a play.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
But he is not going to make it. It's a big play by the defense, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead. And the failure to convert and tie the game, now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
Daniel Carlson.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Dolphins offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now they've seen their lead nearly extinguished after that last score, but bottom line, they are still on top with the football, and a touchdown on this drive would really put them in position A. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be second down. In motion goes the tight end. To throw again on second down. Tua. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
He's a little trigger happy right there. And it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
We know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. And down he goes. Brought down on the sack. Tyree Wilson using that athletic ability to make the play.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead. Thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Raiders offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. Now Carter throwing to start the drive. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. In trouble, and he's taken down. Bradley Chubb now with his second sack here on opening night.
My man, it's been a rough night for that offensive line, and it's only getting rougher. 5 sacks now that they've given up in this contest so far. It feels like the witching hour out here, doesn't it?
Okay, stupid question. What's the witching hour?
Yeah, the witching hour. That's when everything goes haywire late at night.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Short throw, caught by Bowers. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner. Watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, second and 2. Dillon, they try the left side with him. Looking to find the lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. They'll send a receiver in motion left. On third down, they're going to run for it here. Well, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Dolphins offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The drive starts with a run from H.M. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. Bottom line is he takes care of the ball well with him, so they keep handing it to him.
From the gun, it's Tua. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. He'll dump this off to H.M. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Third down and 13. Here's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
He's still holding breath a little bit Tua gets out of the pocket, but there he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
The Dolphins are sending out the punter now as he's on here to punt it away. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Raiders offense coming back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll begin the drive with a run by Dillon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. After 25
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to convert on 3rd and short yardage with a gain of 4.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there. Gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Raider football as we get you reset from the 41. Here's 2nd and 6. Now a handoff running through the middle. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Now this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Operating from the gun, Carter. He's got his target. That's complete. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Of course, many sacks as this defense has, you can understand their willingness to try and get upfield and get another. So what a really smart play call here to use their aggression against them, go with the screen, and they're able to get the first down.
They go down to a knee, and the new campaign off to a good start. It's a win here in Week 1. Well, partner, that'll do it. These Week 1 primetime games, they always seem to have a little bit more electricity, a little more anticipation. A fun one tonight, and a lot of fun ones that we have on the road ahead.
And, partner, I love the word you just used there, electricity. Things were crackling out there, weren't they? And let's face it, both of these teams came in with the idea, get off to the start. Get off to a 1-0 start and get your season going. That could spark an excellent season for them. They've got that in their pocket now.
So for Las Vegas, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.